Earl here. What's up? Didn't think it'd be easy, did you? Let's see you hold it down after word goes out that you're worth a lot of green. See you fight your way out of that.
Number 9's ready. He's heard all the hype, and the word is he's not so sure he can take you. Jump him right away. He's the only guy stopping you from getting into Rockport. Let's get this done.
Hello everybody, this is Olive Branch, and welcome back to Let's Play Need for Speed Most Wanted. This is episode number 15 of the Let's Play, and in this episode we're going to be facing off Blacklist number 9, Earl. However, before I challenge him for this car, I have to do a little bit more body work on the Porsche. People said that the window tint was a little bit bad, the roof scoop was a bit ugly, and we needed a custom gauge. So I'm going to go take it to the parts shop, I'm going to edit that up, and then we're going to face off Earl. Alright guys, I've done a little bit of editing on the Porsche Cayman S. As you can see, I've removed the roof scoop, and I gave it a light green window tint. The gauge is also quite aquamarine, and I'm pretty proud of it. When we race off Earl, you'll get to see that. In any case, we're ready to go. Let's get started. Alright, so what does Earl want us to do? He wants us to run a speed trap with him, and then a sprint race. This is pretty straightforward, so let's get to it. Oh boy, Earl loves to show off. All these Blacklist racers love to show off. In any case, as you can see, the gauge is an aquamarine sea blue with the green needle to give a little bit of a touch. I always try to make the gauges represent the car's color scheme, and I think I did pretty well with this one. Although I have no idea why the needle's cut off in half. This is a speed trap, so as always, boost before you hit the meters. And I'm actually going to probably let Earl take the lead a little bit if possible, because of the whole rubber banding issue. As you noticed in the last video, the AI, when they were behind me, did get a speed boost, and they made some ridiculously high speed trap readings just from being in the back and catching up with the guy in first. This also applies in reverse, so they may slow down periodically and take a speed trap in a much slower speed than you could take them if you let them take the lead. That's kind of gaming the system, but it is taking advantage of the AI's rubber banding. I'm trying not to let it do here though. I'm trying to treat this as a real race. So just going fast, and there we go, not hit the wall. Going fast and taking advantage of the AI, and whoa, Earl. What the hell, man? Why'd you hit that cabbie, man? Answer me. Nah. Anyway, it's just, trying to take this race seriously. Not trying to take advantage of the AI too much. Even if they do take advantage of us. And we're beating Earl by over 30 miles per hour, so I'm pretty sure we're safe. In any case, you're going to be seeing me use a lot of Speed Breaker. I'm planning on it. I did a little bit of testing, and Speed Breaker apparently is an actual real good strategy to use, There is a use for it in tight turns. I figured before that the Speed Breaker was just a way of, easy moding corners and stuff like that without having to worry about braking and hand braking. But for some reason, it does affect the handling of the car. It does affect the weight, and you take turns a lot better with Speed Breaker than you would without it. And I'm not talking just about speed either. I'm talking about keeping your speed up while taking a tight turn. Speaking of speed, we beat Earl with a ridiculous lead. Even though in a couple of speed traps we did kind of screw up by ranking lower than him. In any case, let's move on. Here's what it all boils down to. This one sprint race. This is a pretty long sprint race, so I think I'm just going to voice a little bit more about the Speed Breaker. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a really good tool, like the Nitro. It affects the car's handling somewhat, so you can take speeds at a higher or can take curves, I'm sorry, you can take curves at a higher speed without losing much of it. It is a pretty advantageous thing, so I'm going to be using it a lot more from now on. And Earl took that shortcut into the trailer park. I never try to take it because often there's a curve you have to take out of it, and the curve takes a little bit too much speed out of your engine. I prefer to go into the road because at least I know that way I can take a curve at a higher speed without screwing up. I don't mind taking these off-road shortcuts though, especially if they're just a straight line. Mostly. Ruining the paint job on the Porsche never sounds like a good idea. And here's one curve that you can use Speed Trap on. All I'm doing, I'm literally just adjusting my wheel. I'm not even pressing the brake button. And having a little bit of nitrous at the end of the turn does help because you can get your speed back up. Once again, this is a recommendation by a reader or a watcher. Maple Leaf once again saying you should use Speed Trap more often and try to keep some nitro for corners, which I'm going to do because that means less screwing up on my part, crashing full tilt into a curve. Here's another speed breaker. This curve that you saw in the lap knockout. I kind of screwed up by smashing into the wall there, but that's okay because I got nitrous. Speed breaker, like nitrous, does recover over time. All you have to do is drive fast and it'll increase. So you can use it again and again. Such a versatile tool. Alright, if we keep this up, Earl's gonna have to give us that Evo in no time. Going through the penitentiary. And you know, call me crazy, but I would actually like to see police pursuits happen during a race with a Blacklist rival. I mean, it's already hard enough, but I don't know, something about, you know, that first race with the Razor in the beginning of the intro with the when the police came out and were trying to screw us over. It would have been nice because, you know, that's just, you know, you expect, you know, people who are most wanted, like these Blacklist racers, to get chased by the cops as soon as you hear that they're racing. And speaking of racing, I've actually just realized there are no cars on the roads. It's just me and Earl. Did he manage to pull some strings or something to shut down the entire road? Damn. Here comes a tight curve. Perfect. But Earl also took it like a champ. Yeah, that evolution is looking real slick right now. But the Mermaid will pull through. Ah, Jesus. At least it would if I didn't keep crashing into shit. We're near finishing. We just have to keep Earl behind us a little bit longer. Good, good, good. Only a couple more curves to go. Excellent. We're near the end of the race. Final stretches. Earl's not giving up though. Oh, fuck. It's okay though, we got some nitrous, we can do this. Even though Earl's catching up. Shit! Shit! Gotta be aggressive. There we go. Talk about a photo finish. Just smashing into the wall and going at a 90-degree angle. This is like Dukes of Hazzard stuff right here. In any case, Earl was right behind us at all this time. This was a pretty tough sprint race. Props to Earl for keeping up with the Mermaid, but I'm sorry, dude. You're gonna have to give us that Cayman. Not that Cayman, that Evo.
Never gonna stop trying to get it, dude. Never turn my back on my city. Never let the money go with me.
All right.
Never stop hollering at the
It's a lucky number. I'm gonna go right first. Oh yeah, who's good? I'm good. Earl's Evo is in our hands now, and as always, as I said, if I get the pink slip first, I get the performance upgrade second. Just to see, you know, what kind of stuff they can give us. So it looks like another supercharger upgrade. That's 2 superchargers so far. One from Izzy and one from Earl. Well, whatever. I can deal.
From the 3 to the 17, yo, we doing it big. Together, you know, wacko and juvenile is New Orleans, see, I can rep that, cause these my peep. You can pick up some bad habits hanging in these streets, and be talking and this and that.
And here's our next rival, Blacklist 8, Jade Barrett, aka Jules. She has a Ford Mustang GT, just like Dad, and she's good at drag racing. So, apparently, she's a really good racer with that Mustang. Let's see her video.
It's Mia. Way to go, you're officially number 9 on the Blacklist. Take a good look around. Rockport City. I hooked up another safe house for you. It's nearby. Get familiar with the location. You might have to get there in a hurry. Later.
Seriously, who paints their own name on their car? I don't know. In any case, we have taken his Earl's Lancer Evolution. That's 2. We have the candy cane, and we have his ride. We can always sell it off, or because we can save some money by selling ours off and keeping his supercharged version for ourselves. In any case, we've beaten him, and we have unlocked some new cars. So I'm gonna go show those off, and you tell me if we should buy a new car. Welcome back to the car shop. We haven't seen any new cars that we've unlocked so far, but after the SL500, we've managed to unlock the following: the Pontiac GTO, the Vauxhall Monaro VXR, of course a Porsche Cayman S. We've also unlocked the Subaru WRX Impreza, and lastly, we've unlocked the Mazda Rx-7. We can't get the new Mercedes or a Lotus Elise just yet, but we do have 5 new cars we can buy. So, do we buy a new car? And if so, do you want the Mazda RX-7? The Subaru Impreza? Not the Porsche Cayman S, because we have one. The Vauxhall Monaro VXR? Or the Pontiac GTO? Let me know in thread, and we're gonna get that car bought, and we're gonna get it souped up. In any case, this has been Olive Branch. I'll catch you all next time. See you later.